So this is exactly how you do that. So by the time you place this part of fold and cut, then you cut this on your fabric, you add your facing, okay, your facing for the front. Then this part will gather. You are going to gather, run some gather stitches on this part. I believe you understand it, and it returns back to the normal waistline. So I want to talk about the calculation on the gathered part of the down part. So for the gathered part of the down part, whatever your waist is, multiply by 2.5. I have a waist of 36. I'll times it by 2.5. Okay, so if I do that, I will have 36 plus times 2 will give me 72. Half of it, that is 0.5, is 18. So if I add everything, I'll be having 80. So it means you are getting yourself 80 inches yards. So this 80 inches yards divide by 36. 36 is a yard. You'll be having 2.5 yards. That is all you get yourself. But if you notice, you will see that on that Ankara, on that dress, we have Ankara, we have plain. So I'll be using the front waist to demonstrate this to you. Remember, we are working with 80. So I will divide 80 by 2, because the round waist times 2.5 will give you 80. So 80 divided by 2, we have 40 inches. So I'm working with only front now. I'm not talking about the back. So if I have 40 for the whole of the front, remember that this is divided into 3 sections. We have this and we have this. This is Ankara, okay? And this is plain. This is Ankara. So simply, I'm going to divide 40 again by 3. If you want it to go exactly the way it is on that dress. So for the front, you are making use of Ankara, plain, and Ankara. So this Ankara now, 40 divided by 3, whatever figure it gives. Let's say we have 14 inches, 14 inches, for example. Or we have 40 divided by, we'll be having about 14, 14, 14. So you can just work with 14, 14, 14. So if you have to work with 14, it means you are going to cut your plain at 14 inches and gather. Okay, so you add your plain, your 14 inches. But remember, if you are using this same pattern for the back, you have 14 for the center front plain, 14 for the center back plain, and you can now add up 14 and 14. That is 14 times 2, 28, to cover front side and the back. I don't know whether you understand what I'm talking about. So this will be 14 times 2, that is 28, because this is going to run round the whole waist. This part 28, center is 14, and the other, once you join them, you gather them and you fuse it back to this particular dress. So now we want to talk about what we have on the sleeve. The sleeve is another simple one. The armhole, you are going to measure what you have on your armhole. So I'm measuring what I have on my armhole right now. For the front, I have 11. So front and back, I'll be working with 11 times 11. Okay, that is 22. I'll divide it by 3.14 because I'm cutting 180 degrees. So whatever thing you have, your 180 degrees, you know how you cut it. You'll bring in your fabric. I'll use this fabric to demonstrate it. So if you don't know how to cut a 180 degrees, you can also check on our channel. We have a detailed video on how to make a 180, but it's actually simple. So this is 180. This is the paper I will use. If this is your fabric, simply fold this way. Whatever calculation you have for your 180, from this calculation, 22 divided by 3.5, simply mark, place your tape. Okay, place your tape right here and measure 180. The height of your, or the length of your flay, okay, you take it all around. If I'm using 2 inches, I'll just take it all around. Okay, so I'll just cut and cut, and that becomes my flay. So I'll just cut off my flay and cut off my flay. That is the first layer flay. So the second layer flay will be shorter than what we have here. So if this is your flay, you just come in to the armhole and attach it, and you have this beautiful dress done. So that is how we come to the end of this tutorial. I believe you also learned a lot from this tutorial. So if you are new to this channel, please kindly subscribe, turn on your notification bell to receive videos like this every day. Like this video, share to family and friends, and drop your comments on the comment section and your suggestions as well. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next one. Bye.